guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm going to go through one of the first instances in my life of bullying. A female. Alexa, what's the time please?
It's 10:55 a.m.
This is the second time I've done this video. Every time I try to speak out, it's like I'm blocked. Right, I live alone. I'm an outcast. Alexa, what is an outcast?
As a noun, outcast can have a few meanings. 1. A person who is rejected or cast out, as from home or society. 2. A homeless wanderer, vagabond. 3. Rejected matter, refuse. 4. A falling out, quarrel.
Right, so I'm an outcast, a rejected member of society, because I am trying to stand up for children, child abuse and bullying, and I report it. It's also called a whistleblower. Not letting them get away with it, basically. Standing up for what you believe in. Right, so I'm at my flat at Corey's Road, talking about one of the first incidences of bullying at school. Now, my dad chose Sydenham Girls' School. I wanted to go to a smaller school. We were living at Hazel Grove, which is in a place called Sydenham, London, SE26. Block of masonettes on the first floor. No garden, felt like prison. So my dad decided to choose this school for me, a Sydenham Girls' School. I was a quiet child. To me it was massive, full of girls, and I was a shy child, a shy young lady. So my dad took me up to see the headmistress, Miss Zakowicz. Her name was Zakowicz, with my mum, and a kid has to do as they're told. I didn't want to go to this school. I hated it from the beginning. But you do as you're told. What your parents say, it goes. You have no choice in it when you're a kid. So, on the first day of school, I got my uniform navy blue cardigan, white shirt, navy blue skirt, navy blue knickers, black shoes, and your blazer, which had a patch on it saying aim high, which was Sydenham Girls' School's motto. And I went out of Hazel Grove, down the steps, down the road, up Sydenham High Street, past Cobb's Corner, into Dartmouth Road, where Sydenham Girls' School still is today. And I started my first day of school. Now, when you first start school in secondary school back in the day, when I went to school in 1980 and 81 to 85, used to sit cross legs on the hard school floor. So I sat down, directed into this hall, sat down on the shiny floor, and I just sat there waiting for them to call me into my tutor group. And behind me was a girl called Sharon. I didn't know her name then, I was Sharon. And I happened to turn round and look round and see this girl, and I smiled at her. And she turned round to me, and she went, "What you fucking staring at? What you fucking staring at?" Lovely language. I thought, oh, my first day of school was bullying. I got put into a tutor group 101. One orange one, so I had bright orange t-shirt and a netball skirt. So my netball skirt was navy blue and my top was bright orange. I was in a group named after Helen Keller, which was a blind lady, a famous blind lady, Helen Keller. So 101. From that day on, I was bullied at school every single day by this girl and her group of friends. And yes, she happened to be in 101, in the same class as me. So every day of my school life, I was bullied by this young lady and her mates and my life was made hell. These girls threw my blazer out the window and made me get it. They'd steal things out of my pencil case and not put them back. Then they would come up to me, "Why don't you ask for your pencil back?" And remember, I went to school, Genestra Ann Trower, the daughter of Derek Trower and Jennifer Trower. So I went to school as Genestra, because I changed my name to Crystal in 2009 because I was sick of that name, sick of it, bullied. And I spent most of my time feigning, pretending to have headaches. Sometimes I really did under the stress, and I hardly ever learnt anything because these bullies would pick on me every single day I went to school, and the teachers would join in. One day these girls wrote nasty things about me on the blackboard, and I got up and I stood up for myself and I started to walk out of my Latin class, and the teacher went to me, "What are you doing?" I said, "They've written things about me on the blackboard. I'm not sitting in a class with that." She went, "Go back into class. Don't be silly." She didn't tell the girls off. She just rubbed it off the blackboard and carried on with the lesson. Not one of those girls was told off for putting nasty things about me on the blackboard. I had one teacher say, "Don't ask her a question. She doesn't speak." And why didn't I speak? I was being abused at home. So I would be sexually abused at home. I would walk out of the flats, go to school and get bullied by bitches, basically. Because there was two things I was being bullied for. One, I was quiet, I didn't speak. Because I was frightened to speak, I had this dirty secret. And two, my mum and dad were poor and I wasn't dressed in the latest gear. Because even though it was a comprehensive school, they had lovely houses. They had lovely clothes and I didn't. So I stuck out like a sore thumb, really. It had a detrimental effect on me being bullied. A detrimental effect. Because I wouldn't go to school. I wouldn't learn. I spent most of my time hiding away from bullies, scared to go out of my flat, scared to go to school, scared to speak, and silence when you're a kid. I'd smile at someone. What are you fucking smiling at? So you wonder. So I've been told you don't smile much. You're always miserable. That's why. That is why. I was told, what am I fucking smiling at? And then my dad would say to my mum, "Why aren't you smiling? Why aren't you fucking smiling?" Because my dad was hitting my mum. So, when your dad's hitting your mum, why isn't my mum smiling? My dad's punching her, basically. Some men really punch their wife, hit their daughter, and why aren't you smiling? Well, you've just punched me, you've just hurt me, what do you want me to do? Laugh about it? What is madness? Absolute madness. So I was bullied from the first day of school to the last day of school. 5 years of constant bullying with the teachers not doing anything about it. And that's how you learn not to trust people. That's how you learn to stay away from people, to keep yourself safe. Not because you're stuck up, but because you've been treated like shit from the day you was born. And I was, and I have been, and I still am being treated like shit. Because I choose to stand up. I don't take their bullshit. I ain't being abused. I ain't fucking being some man's play toy. I ain't no dog. I don't do as I'm told. So putting dogs in charity shops, I mean, that's disgusting. There's kids in there. There was kids in that charity shop. People are allergic to dogs. Yeah, just walk in, you cunt, and walk into the fucking charity shop and fucking, you know what I mean. Phone's gone off. It's actually gone dead, would you believe? It's just